Good, good, good morning, and welcome to today's meditation. Be the light. There's a little bit of a funny start there because there's a lot going on. We have 4 different teams of people coming to work on our property today. So I'm kind of squeezing this meditation in the middle, and it's raining really hard. And the theme today is going to be, okay, it's not perfect. But my mom used to always say, she'll say, you think you've got something to worry about? I'll give you something to worry about. In other words, be appreciative. Be appreciative we have these roofs over our head and we have wonderful workers and can actually pay them. So the theme is, it's really, we want things to be picture perfect and stay perfect, but especially right now, we can't entrain with our picture perfect, or we're not going to be happy. We're going to be displeased. So rather than referencing it as dissonance and misalignment and not the way I pictured it to go, we're going to work with the theme that we have for the last couple weeks, is to take it out of our nervous system. And I'm gonna put the recording on hold for 1 second. So there I was with a little interruption of importance. And of course, I'm prioritizing these wonderful helpers need to come over, and I need to honor their time. We're doing a lot of teamwork today. So sometimes things aren't perfect. And I know that going into 2021, one of the things we're going to have to get comfortable with is things not being perfect. We may not look perfect, but during the pandemic, we may not get to our hairdressers. Maybe we're not as active and we're eating a little bit more, or stressed, or eating the wrong foods. There are so many ways that we have already shifted the way we think and the way we live. And we may not even be seeing the domino effect on our economy and ability to go to our old favorite restaurants that now might be closed, or get our favorite shirts, from Amazon that might not be available anymore, and we don't want to use Amazon anymore. Every day is going to present us for quite some time, about 5 years, till 2026, in ways that we are, let's take the negative, not challenged, but we are put in a place of creative solutions that actually open us to a greater possibility of things you never even imagined. People, okay, all right, let me just say, yes. Okay, good. Ta-da! I did that, and I didn't have to talk to him. Modern technology. Now that's the other thing. Artificial intelligence. We're now ordering groceries. We're now making all of our appointments. We're texting. In this way, it has its convenience. But in 2021, we also are taken to the task to see in which ways we are over technologically directed in our lives, and we're spending so much time on the screens that we're cut off from other humans and emotions, from expressing love, from hearing their voice on the phone, from going and sitting outside and having a picnic. Hopefully we won't have to social distance anymore, so we can dance and be with people more closely. All of these things are moving and spiraling even deeper into our comfort zones of how we did things, moving into 2021. The big picture is, it's all about you. Your ability to be unattached to the outside world, your own disappointments, and also comes with that any tendency, and this is part of the picture, to judge, to always be, for instance, if a new person came on this call today, they might say, Oh, she let a call interrupt. How unprofessional. How horrid that is. Well, today is an unusual day, and I wanted to honor this commitment. And I also want to honor this wonderful man who's tried 3 times to come and work with us, and there have been various emergencies. So in the future, guess what? We've been trained by the media for things to be delivered in this spectacular, almost inhuman way to get the clients and get the bucks. That's not moving forward with people creating the new paradigm. With people creating the new paradigm. Oh, Jan, yes. Oh, by all means, take that. And I'll be responsible for myself. And I'll begin that nice, be the light, deep breathing that we always talk about. Do you see, we always have a choice. And we have been raised with certain ways of thinking and how they should be through school, but particularly the media and our parents and family, that we feel so inadequate when we are so resilient and flexible and creative. But that really hasn't been honored. That really hasn't been operationalized, because in many ways we're sitting on the sidelines thinking we're not good enough. Why? Because of technology. It can deliver things at such a fake, edited, airbrushed aspect. No wonder all these young girls have eating disorders. So that is the theme. I may not be perfect. I may feel that things are out of my comfort zone, but I take full responsibility for my life and my creation. And guess what? That choice in every moment will actually keep you elevated, like on a flotation device, from drowning in all the abyss of discontent, dissonance, and divisiveness. It is your responsibility. Now, we do these Be the Light meditations. I'll tell you why, because sometimes we have a lurking old pattern, a trigger, a spark of vibration that creates that judgment. So if you do feel a negative thing, we've been talking about taking out of your emotions, taking a breath, taking it out of your whole lot of balance and putting it on a screen and calming down. Studies show that when you are stressed, you cannot use your mental logical apparatus at all. When you're panicked, no, flight or fight. And that's it, adrenaline going, and you can't even think straight. I know we've all experienced this. So we've given you tools here in the Be the Light meditations. Come out of that stress, watch the screen, be easier on yourself, forgiving and non-judgmental first, and be easier and non-judgmental for other people, treading water, just trying to stay afloat. Okay, that's like what my mom said. You think you have a problem? Look at all these other people treading water and drowning. All right, so let's go into the meditation with this in mind, that we're going to work with any old little stories and frequency patterns within ourselves that might limit us from having this resilient, flexible, unattached mentation moving forward. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And the first words I got were, Spirit is so funny, fuck perfect. And so you just might need a word. And my friend Deanna, she says, fuck a bucket. That is a really bucket of fuck. Or fucked up. And so in your mind, sometimes you need a little humor switch. So fuck perfect, okay? The older sister who's perfect, or the other employee, the person that keeps their house perfect, believe me, they're not perfect. Every person is battling a courageous inner battle. All right, so take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a beautiful hold-on of balance over our entire system now. Only energies of the highest light may come into our space. And we command that our negative clouds of thoughts, disappointment, misalignments, anger, we ask that for this moment, for this meditation, it just drift out of our space, knowing we can call it back in later if we so choose. Our intention for this meditation is to release the need for things to line up a perfect way. We're now choosing to see everything that comes to us as an opportunity. We are responsible for a response, responding creatively to something that brings you a sense of peace and calm and acceptance in that moment. And from that choice, you can creatively move out of that spiral. You can choose the healing. So we're going to build our confidence level. We're going to create a little energetic form in your heart. It's like a Pac-Man that can just kind of eat it up and spin it out. When that little or big energy comes of, this isn't perfect, the first thing you're going to say is, well, fuck perfect. Let go. It's so freeing. So we ask and intend for our spirit guides to come in and surround us. They've been there and done all of this. And there is a question they're asking you. Is there any part of you that is addicted to trauma and drama, the theater of life? That which creates little mini emergencies, which keeps you from focusing on your mission, your goals. It's like a busyness pattern of letting something go until it becomes a little bonfire. This is a habit of procrastination that somewhat keeps you in a numb state. So start feeling into all of these energies within yourself and what is your pattern. Some people are so afraid they can never be perfect, they never try. Or they stay distracted with all of these little non-core divine self activities. And there's the stories that your parents told you. You're not perfect, you're not good enough. All the ways that you've used an external measuring scale. Your sister's more creative. You'll never be a musician like your little sister. All of these stories contribute to labeling, putting people above and below each other. And so we can easily see how we have internalized our sense of perfection through other people's eyes. So whose eyes would you like to see through? Ultimately, your own divine eyes. But I often say, what if you were looking at this situation with the eyes of, say, Jesus? You would have compassion. You would see the cause. You would have a neutral, beautiful, unconditional, loving stance. There is no perfect. Earth life is a theater. If you were looking at yourself through the eyes of Mother Mary, if you were looking at yourself through the eyes of the Creator, where we are all absolutely children, learning, playing, falling down, hurting each other, and then coming back in the next lifetime, being really nice to make up for it. So the idea of perfect is, it's really nonsense, nonsensical, makes no sense. And it is such a limitation moving forward in a world where everything is slated to be discreated and you're attached to certain dominoes, always standing next to each other, upright and not falling over. So it's all in how our perceptions, as we review how we hold life. This time of moving into 2021 is revealing within yourself those deeper, ouchy patterns so you don't have to take them forward, okay? So at this moment, imagine that the Creator is gazing upon you, straight down, and seeing every part of you, every cell. And what thoughts come to mind about your body, about the way that you behave? And I'll tell you, the first thoughts are your own thoughts, your own pictures and limitations. Well, I'm overweight. Well, I don't save money. Whatever it is, all of those negative thoughts. But then turn your perception around and become the eyes of the Creator, beholding this divine being treading water and sometimes taking laps across the ocean with bravery and courage and accolades from self and the world, and other times being stuck in the mud. And that, what does the Creator think? That you're better or less than, or in any way unlovable, any way not deserving of your basic needs to be met as a human being? So I think you know the answer. So in this moment, let's ask that we let this thought field, this energy, come down through our bodies like a spotlight of the Creator's reverence, respect, and love for who you really are. And let it drench into your cells, into every hair follicle, onto your shoulders. Let it release that huge burden on your shoulders of trying to be all these things perfectly. Just let it go. All you need to do is look at yourself and what is happening out into the world with this perception of love, allowance, unattachment, and a little humor sometimes. Fuck perfect. So take a deep breath through your nose. Notice how your whole body's relaxing. You mean I don't have to always be absolutely nice and call so-and-so when it's just an old stale dance? Stop trying to do things that you feel you should do because that's what the perfect role person does. It's not who you really are. It's fake. It's not authentic. And if you are clearing and clearing and clearing these old personality foibles, you'll have less and less and less of getting stuck all the time. And this gets easier and easier and easier. So the next time that you are feeling self-critical, and any critical nature towards others in the world begins with your being critical with yourself first. So imagine something that you are critical about yourself. Feel it in your heart. And it actually, our bodies and our hearts are soft and they're flowing. And this thought almost feels like a metal, foreign, blocking, cold aspect. It's not helping you at all. So let's continue this bath of divine acceptance, the Creator's eyes, loving, giving you comfort and acceptance, unconditional. And let this energy come and surround that place in your heart where you still have that old decision of, I gotta be perfect, I'm not good enough in this. And it's actually a wound I can feel where that middle stake has gone in. So let the essence of the Creator come in your heart and gently push from the middle of your heart and push it outward, just the way your body pushes splinters and slivers out. Let it gently push it out. Let the new energy that is free of criticism and heaviness and self-loathing and pictures, and let it just push that out. And notice how good that feels and how easy it is. And now it's out at the surface of your heart, and let the angels grab it and fling it out into the universe. It's just stuck particles of thoughts that actually became a construct within your heart. So let the bath of the Creator's love and acceptance go in and fill the space that stake held, and feel how tender it is. We ask and intend to release this old construct of self-criticism, not good enough, whatever it is, but we are done with it. We remove it from our heart, our brain, our thought field, and our lives permanently now. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So feel that everything is reorchestrating in that zone of your heart. The blood, the energy. Take a deep breath. Let the angels continue just giving it a little healing balm there. Deep breath. And we ask and intend that any other old self-critical devices that are still hanging out in our heart have the same process of being healed. We simply ask with the bath of perception and energy of the eyes of the Creator, come and push it out from the middle of our heart. That doesn't belong to me. I'm releasing it. I refuse to carry that any longer. The angels fling it out. Take a breath and you refill that space with freedom, with comfort, with self-okayness. I'm okay, you're okay. So that's your very simple little process. We'll say it one more time. Take the bath, picture the energy of the divine Creator coming down, filling your heart where that vibration isn't resonant with and cannot hold that old stake of self-critical nature, and whatever the item is, and pops it out. The angels take it and throw it out, and the healing begins and continues. So since we're having this bath of divine essence, let it come down into our bones, stomach, organs, into our feet, our toes. Take a nice big breath and let all of that oxygen just go out into all of your systems, because if you're being critical, you're contracting. You're being allowing. Diaphragm drops. You could take a deeper breath. Everything is fine. The monitoring standards of perfection, the monitoring police monitor is gone. That little voice, it's gone. You're free. The guard is released. And you get to have fun. You get to be spontaneous. You get to be in the moment. You get to, I don't know how many women I work with where they're so afraid that they won't look pretty or talk nice. That's a pretty limiting platform to live from. So we all do it in varying degrees. And when I came on the film today, I said, oh, this angle, look at this, that's not perfect. I'll hold it like this. So we do it in so many subtle and big ways. So this is this week's du jour topic for you to think, oh, there's that little trigger of, I'm not good enough, this isn't perfect. And just go ahead and take it out of your heart. Take it out of your emotional system and put it on a screen and have some discernment. And look at, and in that way, you're looking at a movie. The way that the ancient priestesses did. They were trained to have no reactions, so they were the wonderful adjudicators, which meant they were able to help people in dissonance and misalignment to not emotionally capitulate logic and truth, divine truth, and that the priestesses could look at something and just know the divine highest truth. And that's where we're headed. We're headed into being spiritual beings who just can dial into that truth, and we don't need that trauma anymore. Okay, so also ask yourself, are you using trauma in any way to fill your life with activities because the other activities aren't giving you the passion, adrenaline, and endorphins that putting out these fires, these trauma, because they do have a purpose. They make you feel like a hero or a heroist, or I'm going to fix everything. What if there was nothing to fix? What if there was no drama? Then you'd have your inner world and time to grow and nurture and build an entirely new infrastructure based on divine creativity. That's where we're headed. That's the new paradigm. Okay, so that's today's meditation. I thank you for joining me, and I'm going to turn off the recording now, and we can have a little chat.